Hello everyone. Happy Wednesday. If you've been here before, you know what time it is, but in case you're new here, welcome back or welcome to the Megan Moves channel. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time on this channel, we do a live stream talking about some type of theme park topic, helping you make the most of your theme park and travel adventures. Tonight, we are specifically going to be talking about Disney. That's usually the theme park we talk about here on the channel. And even though I do think it's a little too early to talk about spooky season, there's a reason why we need to talk about the topic we are chatting about tonight. Tonight, I want to share with you some Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party tips. If you're not familiar with this is a very popular Halloween event that happens at Magic Kingdom in Disney World, and it's going to be kicking off so soon. The party dates officially start on August 11th and go all the way until November 1st. So we are about 2 weeks away from spooky season kicking off at Disney World. So I'm excited, and I hope you guys are excited too. Let me know if you are going to go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, if you have been in the past, or what your thoughts about it are. I'm very excited to chat about it tonight and share some of our tips and experiences with you. So like I said, welcome here or welcome back. If you are new here, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that way you can stay up to date on our future live streams. But as usual, before we hop into our chat for the evening, I'd love to say hi to everyone that is here live. So we've got our lovely and obsessed Rangers fan. Hello, thank you so much for being here. Yes, Doofs, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Let's talk some Mickey's Not So Scary. So excited. And yes, thank you, Doofs. We are back safely. So this past weekend, we took a much needed kind of unplugging. I don't know what it is, but we went camping and we had no service, like no cell reception at all. And it was very freeing not being on a cell phone. I will say that. So I made a funny short. If you guys want to check it out, it is on the channel. I took a lot of Disney stuff and I did a little Disney twist on our camping adventure. So if you guys want to see that, check out the short. I won't spoil it now. But let's see, we've got, yes. So as we're getting into this, let us know if you're planning on going to the Halloween party. Have you ever been before? What are your thoughts? Would love to know. But we've got the Doofs here. We will be going on the second night of the party. Can't wait, but definitely will not be trying the pumpkin spice shake from Anti-Gravities. I know you guys have had bad experiences with the shakes from Anti-Gravities, and I can't remember. Did you try that? Was that last year you tried that? Or I can't remember if that's this year's treat, but I know that you guys did not have good experience with that. So yeah, stay away from that shake for sure. Hey, Danielle, thank you so much for being here. Hope you're doing well tonight. And we've got, let's see, is it Corin? Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. All right, so like usual, I have some tips laid out here and just some things to walk through and to think about before you go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. But before we hop into it, I did want to bring up a little update or just a little thing before we get into it. I should have made a little banner, but I love chatting with you guys in the comments and I love being live on here every week. I look forward to it. I look forward to chatting with you guys and catching up with you and seeing how you're doing. I know a lot of you have trips coming up this fall and I'm so excited to see how they pan out. But like I said, I enjoy chatting in the comments and I really wish that YouTube had like a DM or a messaging feature. But if you ever have any questions or if you wish we could chat throughout the week, like I wish we could do, feel free to find me on Instagram. I am at Megan Moves with 2 underscores. I love chatting in the DMs. Also, we do have a Discord. We're going to start being more active on Discord. So I did pin both my Instagram and Discord in the pinned chat. So if you wanted to either follow on Instagram or head over to Discord, would love to stay up to date throughout the week with you guys over there. Like I said, love chatting in the comments, but there's times that I wish I could check in and just see how you guys are doing, see how your trips are going, or how the planning process is going. And of course, if you have any questions, you can ask that way. So just wanted to bring that up as a little update and thing. I was thinking about it today. I'm like, oh, there's some people I wish I could reach out to, but I can't really do that unless we just chat about it in the comments and stuff. So if you guys are interested, you can find more information over there. So let's see. Doofs had, Doof's had, oh, a couple years ago, gotcha, but it returns every year. Yes, we will for sure be chatting about some snacks tonight. And, let's see. All right, I think we are good to get going. So, yeah, let me know. We've got the Doofs going. I know some other people are going. And if you have any questions or thoughts throughout the live stream, feel free to put them in the chat. And we've got Grogu Addict hopping in here. Hello, thank you for being here. We're chatting Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party tonight. All right, so the first tip that I want to share with you, or the first thing to know before you go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, if you have never heard of it before, it is a separate ticketed event. So if you are wanting to go to the Halloween party, this is something that is not included in a regular park ticket to Magic Kingdom. Like I said earlier, this party takes place at Magic Kingdom. It is in the evening in the parks, and it is not included in your normal park ticket. So if you're planning on going to the park and you get a ticket to go to Magic Kingdom that day of a party, you will be escorted out of the park early because you do not have a ticket to go to the event. So important thing to know, if you're wanting to go, make sure you are getting tickets, and make sure you're getting tickets ahead of time before the actual date that you want to go to the party. Sometimes these tickets do sell out, or they do start to sell out pretty quickly depending on the date that you want to go. I think I looked at the calendar, and I think Halloween is already sold out. So if you're thinking of going, or you want to go during your visit down to Disney World, make sure you are getting tickets ahead of time. The tickets do, oh, I don't have a little tab. The tickets do cost anywhere from $99 to $199. And if you are an annual pass holder or a DVC member, you do get a discount on park tickets, or on Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party tickets. So that is a nice little bonus, but all good things to know as far as the event. It is separate ticketed event, that you do have to have a park ticket to be able to get into the event. We've got, oh, you've got 2 pumpkin earrings. That's awesome. I love that. Those would be so perfect. And Danielle, you're going October 12th. That's awesome. That is so fun. Is this your first time going, or have you been before? Let me know. I'm so curious. We went, I forgot to say earlier, we went, last year was our first time at Mickey's Not So Scary. And then the year beforehand, we went to Boo Bash because everything was reopening and phased reopenings and stuff. So we went to Boo Bash, and then last year we went to Mickey's Not So Scary. I'm going to see if we go this year or not, but it is, I love Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. It is an awesome event. Yes, Doofs, thank you for this. Oh, why are my comments not coming up? I don't know why there is a delayed, there we go. The parks close at 6 p.m. on party days, which is good to know. So if you do have a park day planned for a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party day, just know that you will be escorted out of the park early. It closes at 6 p.m. on those days, and there's no happily ever afters on the days of the parties. So just make note of that. On those days, I recommend having park hopper tickets. If you do want to go to Magic Kingdom, usually the wait times are going to be a lot lower than normal because not as many people are purchasing full park day tickets since the parks close early. So all interesting things to think about, and I could go into that tactic, but we'll keep moving along. But Grogu Addict, you've never been for Halloween. Halloween at Disney World is one of my favorite times. Christmas is really fun, but I love all of the Mickey wreaths and just the atmosphere at Halloween. It's so fun. Yes, annual pass holders and DVC get a $10 discount. So make sure you know that. I think whenever you go to book anyway, it's already linked with your account, but just a good thing to know. Let's see. You've been before, but that was 2013. It feels like forever ago. Gotcha. Oh, that's so fun. So I'm so excited for you to be able to go this year. I know they're adding, I think, a few new things, only a couple of new things. I'm excited to see the Sanderson sisters there as Minnie, Daisy, and Clarabelle Cow. I'm very excited to see them in the parks. I think that'll be a really cool addition. So I'm excited that you're able to go, Danielle. That's awesome. All right, so we did talk party dates. Starts on August 11th to November 11th, which is so crazy. That is so soon. I can't believe it's kicking off soon. All right, so another tip that I have for you is to get to the park early. So the party officially begins at 7 p.m. on the evening that you go to the party. It goes from officially 7 p.m. to midnight. But the neat thing that is included with a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party ticket is sort of a little bit early admission into the park. So you can get into Magic Kingdom as early as 4 p.m. If you are an annual pass holder or you already have a day planned at Magic Kingdom, you can already, of course, stay in the park. They do have little check-in stations placed around the park where you can go and get your wristband and your trick-or-treating bag, which we'll talk about in a second. But if you are not in the park, you can get in as early as 4 p.m. I highly recommend getting to the park before 4 p.m. There's going to be a really big line trying to get in. Everybody's trying to get in at that time, so it is a little bit hectic, but it is worth it to get there early because you can really maximize your time in Magic Kingdom. Say you're going down for your visit and this is your only time that you can really visit Magic Kingdom or you don't have another day planned. This is a good time for you to go and check out some of the rides, check out some of Magic Kingdom. So you have from 4 to 7, which is a really good time slot to go check out some of the rides. Like I said, you can get a bite to eat and you can experience Magic Kingdom and everything that it has to offer. So I know we did that last year. So I went with Mom and we had a really good visit. We got there early. So we were able to get in around 4 p.m. We were able to go and check off like Jungle Cruise she really loves. We did the Little Mermaid ride. So we did a lot of attractions that weren't really looped in with all of the Halloween things that we will also talk about a little bit later. But highly recommend going and just making the most of your time that you can there, and getting there at 4 p.m. will help you to do that. So does that make sense? I hope it does. Let me know if I need to clarify anything. But Doofs are saying, yes, that's 8 full hours in the park. Yes, basically a full day at the park except at night. Yes, which I totally agree. I think it's a really good value, especially if you're already going to purchase a ticket, you might as well go and maximize your time at Magic Kingdom. So that's what I like to do whenever we go. I get there right at 4 p.m. and then you can really maximize your time there. So even if you go and you just want to relax and enjoy the atmosphere of Magic Kingdom, at least you're checked in and you're ready for whenever the party officially kicks off at 7 p.m. Yes, Doofs are saying party days always have light crowds because not many people want to buy a short day in the park, which we found out, not the hard way, we found out by surprise last year. We went to, I think it was a friend and I, Janelle from Disney Parks with Love, we went to Magic Kingdom the one day and we had no idea why it was so dead. And then we realized that it was the first day of a party day and there were not as many people there because, like the Doofs are saying, people don't usually buy full day park tickets for the days of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party days. So we were able to get on, I think we rode like 11 rides from rope drop until noon. Like we did so many rides that day. So that's something that you can also think of if you want to do a lot at Magic Kingdom. Maybe get a park hopper ticket and spend most of the day until 6 p.m. and then hop over to another park and maybe enjoy fireworks or something. So thank you, Doofs, for that. An Obsessed Rangers fan wasn't even at Magic Kingdom for a full 5 hours, but still rode like 10 rides, which is a really good deal. That is perfect. I love that. That is awesome. That was really good luck for you. All right, so we talked getting to the park early. Another tip that I will say too, whenever you are there during that like little window of 4 p.m. until 7, I recommend getting a bite to eat and kind of eat before the event starts. This can help save you a little bit of time whenever the event officially kicks off. But not only that, some of the restaurants and quick service restaurants close down for the party. So other than the like festive treats that they have in the parks, they might not have a lot of dining options open. So to make sure that you have all of the options available that you want and to help save you some time, maybe get a bite to eat before the event starts. I know last year, whenever we went to, I think we went to Cosmic Rays and we got something to eat or we got a snack or something. So we did during that little time period kind of fuel up, get ready for the evening. And then that way during the actual party, we could focus on all of the festivities and everything that we wanted to that was party specific. So that's another good little planning thing. All this to say, before you go into your visit to Mickey's Not So Scary, kind of plan out exactly what you want to do, have a game plan. That is a really good way to make the most of your time whenever you're there and make sure that you can get everything done that you want. So that's what we like to do. Got there at 4 p.m., ate a bite to eat, and then did some rides. Let's see. Doofs are saying research treats, yes, versus seasonal treats. If you want the party treats, don't waste your time with general treats. Very good point, Doofs. There are some, I have we'll talk about this, but I have last year's park map that we'll talk about. There are some treats that are going to be event specific too. So if you want to look ahead of time, Disney Parks blog has a full foodie guide for Halloween treats this year. I believe there's some event-specific treats. So if there's something that you want to try that is there during the party, it might not be there during the regular day at Magic Kingdom. So make sure you're doing some research, figure out where the snack is at, and if it's something you want to eat or not. And if it's mainly just during the party or during a normal park day, that'll be something good that you can know kind of going into your trip there. Deuce are saying some party treats might be available right at 7 p.m., some open a little bit later. So that's good to know too. So really around 7 p.m. is, of course, when the party officially starts. So things are going to start to kind of phase open after that point. Whenever you get there at 4, the party's not going to be started. So don't expect all of the Halloween things to be available. After 7 p.m. is when the meet and greets are going to come out. The rides are going to get some Halloween twists. So that is something to kind of make note of too. So thank you for that, Doofs. Let's see my third one. Okay. So as I mentioned, whenever you get checked in for the event, you're going to get a couple of things. One thing that I really recommend, not only during party events, but during Epcot festivals and your day at Disney World, I always recommend having a park map. So you do get a park map whenever you go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. This map is going to be different from the regular park map at Magic Kingdom. Cast members will have them ready whenever you check in and get into the park. But make sure you are grabbing one of these because it is going to show you all of the treats that you can find. It's going to show you where all the festivities are, what festivities you can expect to see. Not only that, it's going to show a Halloween map of Magic Kingdom. And we're going to get into this in a little bit, but make sure you're picking up a map. Another thing that they are going to give you, you might be wondering, well, how do they even know that you're there for the party? Can you not just hang out and just enjoy the party? How do they know if you're actually there or not? You are going to get a little wristband. This does say Boo Bash. I could not find my Mickey's Not So Scary one, and I don't know why it's not focusing. But they are going to give you a little, I don't know why it's not focusing. Anyway, it says after hours Boo Bash, but they are going to give you a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party wristband that you are going to have on your wrist at all points in time in the evening. So that way they know that you are there officially for the party. And another thing you're going to get is a little trick-or-treating bag. So another popular thing you can do during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is trick-or-treat around the park. It's a very fun and popular thing to do. But the thing is, right whenever the party officially kicks off, lines for these trick-or-treating areas are going to be very long because everybody's excited. Kids are there. They're going to be longer than they will be in the evening. Not only that, in the evening, cast members are going to want to get rid of candy so that you can most likely get a lot more candy in the evening whenever you do trick-or-treating. So as far as a little time hack or a way to make the most of your evening there, make sure that you are saving trick-or-treating later on in the evening. Of course, if you come up across a trick-or-treating spot and if there's no line, of course, feel free to just walk through and get as many treats as you want. But what we did last year, we mainly just saved the trick-or-treating for the evening, and we were still able to get a good amount of candy, but we didn't have to wait in the longer lines earlier in the evening. I think we have Janelle here now. Thank you for being here, Janelle. Let's see. Okay, so Doofs maybe have a different opinion. Don't know if you agree with the trick-or-treating later. The cast members are more heavy-handed. Oh, earlier in the night. It's easier to walk around and just happen upon a trick-or-treating stand. So maybe it depends on the cast member you get, because I know last year, and I have seen videos and reviews in the past of guests getting a lot of candy in the evening. But of course, it probably depends on who you go to, where you go to, and there's other factors that go into it. But all that to say, this is your party. However you want to handle it is totally fine. So if there are shorter wait times, or if you want to wait in the lines to do trick-or-treating, by all means, feel free to. That's just what we found, at least for our party later on in the evening, the lines were shorter and we still got a lot of candy. So feel free to kind of scope it out based on your night and how things are going for you. And of course, let us know what your thoughts are in the chat and after you go to the party. Hey there, thank you for being here. How are you doing? Yes, Danielle, very good point. Pretty sure you can go through treat lines as many times as you want also, which is very true. Yeah, you can go in and out as much as you want. During these parties, I know a lot of people like to maximize the treats that they get. When I went to after hours for Boo Bash, I got so many Mickey ice cream sandwiches and drinks and popcorn. They don't have that during Mickey's Not So Scary, unfortunately. But yeah, you can go through as many times as you want. You can take advantage of it. I know kids love it. So it would be a fun thing to do with them. So yeah, very true, Danielle. All right. Yeah, let's see. Doofs. Lines go super fast. Even if the treat line is 50 people long, it only takes about 5 minutes or less. Yeah. So very good point, Doofs. I know when we went last year, I don't know why, there was this one that was near Haunted Mansion. I think it was a poor area that it was at, but it was just this huge traffic jam. And I remember there being this huge line. But yeah, all that to say, however you want to handle the trick-or-treating is totally fine. It's also just another thing, like, I guess personally, that I like to do, just save it towards the evening, because I would rather go and check out some of the Halloween rides and some other things at the park. But yeah, all that to say, however you guys want to handle trick-or-treating is totally fine, and I would love to hear what you guys have to think. Let's see. You have been to Disney once. Have I ridden Tron yet? If so, how is it? Yes, we have ridden Tron before. The first day we rode Tron was with Janelle here. We rode during the cast member preview. That's actually the only time I've ever ridden Tron so far. But yes, Tron is an amazing ride. Like some people say, they wish it was a little bit longer. I do agree with that, but it is still a really neat ride. The ride vehicle is very neat. And also I love the canopy part whenever you initially launch out of the building. It is so cool. So if you ever get down to Disney World, definitely check out Tron. It's a very neat ride. Let's see. Went to Disney once. Oh, and it wasn't open, even though it should have. That's right. Yeah. So it did take a little bit longer to get Tron going. But yeah, if you head back down to the parks, make sure you check it out next time. All right. So we did trick-or-treating. Okay. So I did mention this before. A really good thing to do before you go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is kind of plan out your evening before your visit. I know for me, we did not go the first night of the party. We went, I can't remember exactly what night it was, but what, of course, Disney bloggers and vloggers will do, the first night they go to the park, they will, most likely, there will be a picture you can find on the internet of the actual park map for the event. So what I did was I researched this ahead of time and I figured out when all of the festivities were going to be happening. So I kind of planned my evening out from there. So if you have never been to the party before, I'll go ahead and share with you exactly what events you can kind of look forward to. Okay, so this is at least what they had last year. I'm pretty certain this is what they have this year. But just to give you an idea, last year they had a Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular stage show that happens in front of Cinderella Castle. So that for us happened 3 different times throughout the evening. Then they have the very popular Mickey's Boo to You Halloween Parade. This happens 2 times throughout the evening, and I'm not going to show the times because I don't know if they're the same for this year. But they also have the Disney's Not So Spooky Spectacular, which is the fireworks show. This happens once during the evening, so make sure you check that out whenever it happens if you want to. They also have some Disney dance parties that happen throughout the night. So there were 3 whenever we went, and they happen all throughout the night. So it's not necessarily a time that you have to go and check it out. But whenever you are getting ready to go, whenever the map is released for the party this year, make sure you're taking a look at it and look at the times and kind of plan your evening out that way, if that makes sense. So always recommend planning out your evening, because once the party kicks off, the evening starts to go pretty quickly. And you'll be like, where did the time go? So as long as you kind of know what's going to happen, what's going to happen when, you can really maximize your time that way. Would love to ride Tron. It does look short on a POV, but guess what? My favorite coaster ever lasts 40 seconds. So yeah, that is a pretty quick ride too. Let's see, Doofs are saying getting to the parks early or getting a map early and planning out the stage shows, fireworks, and parade. Yes, when we went, Doofs and I were in the parks the one day, and we were able to kind of, we were able to pick up the map ahead of time. I forgot about that. We could pick up the map ahead of time. So if you're in the area, or if you'll be at Magic Kingdom a couple days before your trip to Mickey's Not So Scary, you can ask for a map and kind of plan out that way too. So good point, Doofs. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Oops. How you doing, Mike? Thanks for being here. Hope you're doing well. Yes, very good point about the Headless Horseman. We're going to address it here before we get into more festivity things. But during the Boo to You parade, the Headless Horseman does come out about 10 minutes before, at least for us, it was about 10 minutes before the parade actually kicks off. So if you want to see him, make sure you are in position to be able to check him out, because he is pretty cool watching him run through Magic Kingdom. So make sure you know about that and are ready to see him then. So good point, Doofs. Let's see. Tron gets that bad rap about the length of the ride. It's the same. Oh, it's the same as Rock and Roller Coaster. That's really interesting, Mike. I did not ever think of that. I didn't know about that, and I didn't think of that. So that is a very good point, because I still think Rock and Roller Coaster is a really good ride, and I don't think about the time duration of it. So that is a really good realization, Mike. Thank you for pointing that out there. Very good point. Okay, yes. So as far as festivities go, one thing that I do recommend too is to plan the spots out of where you want to actually watch the festivities. So as I mentioned, there is the Villains Spectacular that happens in front of the Cinderella Castle. This happens multiple times throughout the night. This isn't necessarily a event that you need to, or this isn't necessarily a festivity that you really need to scout out an area for, since it happens multiple times. For us, we went, and since it's a stage show, we were right close, so we could see the villains very well, but we also checked it out later on in the evening before the park closed. So we were able to see it kind of from a distance. So we got to see it from 2 vantage points. For the Mickey's Boo to You parade, this is especially one that I recommend scouting out ahead of time where you would want to watch from. For me personally, what we did was we watched, so if you see on the map here, there is this, where are we at? There is this yellow or white dotted line that's going to go around the park map. That is the parade route for the Boo to You parade. So the one thing, they do this for the Festival of the Fantasy Parade too. Whenever you're in Magic Kingdom, it starts in Fantasyland or Frontierland and then goes down to Main Street. But what we did last year is we watched kind of by the ferry boat here in Frontierland, and I liked watching in Frontierland because the parade moves pretty slowly. So we watched from Frontierland, and then we went ahead and walked on over near Main Street, and were able to catch another view of the parade. So if you're wanting to see it multiple times, this is a good hack to be able to do so, because you can watch it in Frontierland and then scurry on over to Main Street and also see it. Another question that came in for Sapphire Goat, who I don't think is here live, but is maybe going to watch on the replay. Sapphire Goat was wondering how to get the best view or the best spot to watch the fireworks, which is another place that I recommend planning out your spot. So what we did was, this was accidental, but we had a really good view. We were so close to the castle, which I recommend personally because I like seeing the projections, and you get to see Jack Skellington come out, which is very neat to see. If you want to see a better view of the fireworks, probably check it out farther away towards Main Street or farther back from the castle. But if you're wanting to be right close to the castle, what we did accidentally, like I said, is when we were done in Frontierland, when the parade was leaving, we actually followed the parade until it came here in front of the castle. And that put us in a really good spot to be front row right in front of the castle. So that was totally accidental, but we loved our spot there. So if you're looking to be up close, maybe watch in Frontierland and then just follow the parade. and then check it out right in front of the castle. So if you guys have any tips or places that you like to watch things in Magic Kingdom or where you would personally want to watch it, feel free to let us know. But long story short, those are all the places that we like to watch things from during the party and what we recommend as far as planning spots out go. Exactly, Mike. So yeah, thank you for that little insight. I did not ever think about it that way. Let's see. You just watched the Tron POV and it looks so fun. Does seem pretty short though. So yeah, it is a shorter ride, but I think a lot of people are comparing it to like Guardians of the Galaxy, which is a really popular ride at Disney World because it's one of the newer ones. Let's see. Rock and Roller Coaster is special to you. It's the first crazy coaster you ever rode. That's what. Oh, what made you love crazy rides? I will say, I think that's actually my first coaster too. Crazy, or at least my first coaster that went upside down. I think I rode it when I don't know if I was 8 or something. I was so nervous. I almost chickened out right at the last minute, but we went on and we braved it out and it was really fun. Let's see. Doofs are saying stage show, close to the stage, fireworks, in the hub center. Oh, Dead Center, Parade, train station, or Liberty Square. Those are all good places, Doofs. I agree with the up close for the stage show. I would be interested to see the fireworks from farther away because we were so close last year, but it was cool to see Jack Skellington, and that's kind of what I wanted. I wish they had multiple fireworks shows, but of course that's not really possible. It would be a lot more expensive. But I would be interested to see the parade too from like the train station and Liberty Square-ish area. So I agree with all that, Doofs. Those are good spots. Mike is saying second floor train station is another great view. Get full Magic or Main Street projections and full panoramic firework view. I love that, Mike. That is awesome. I think last year we weren't even really allowed on the train station because the train wasn't back yet. But that would be awesome. Oh, and the projections down Main Street would be so cool. I know Mom would love that. She loves that the projections go down Main Street. So that would be so cool. Maybe this year if we check it out, I might have to do that view. So thank you for that, Mike. Believe it or not, almost chickened out on Tower of Terror soon after it became your favorite ride at Disney. Yes, I remember the first time I rode Tower of Terror, I cried the whole time. The first and second time we rode, I cried the whole time. But yes, I'm glad it's one of your favorites now. Danielle, it was raining at the party we went to in 2013, and for some reason they had to reverse the parade direction. Oh, interesting. So it started at the train station and went towards Frontierland. That's super interesting. I forgot to mention this too, but last year when we went in September. Well, we will talk about weather here in a little bit, but we went in September last year. I'm going to go ahead and just pull up the weather one while we're chatting about it. When we went last year, that's another thing I recommend. Keep an eye on the weather before you go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. You might be wearing a costume, or it might be during hurricane season, or might start raining. It poured during the first part of our Halloween party. We were so nervous that some of the festivities weren't going to be able to kick off. So the only thing that was different for our party is we got a shortened stage show for the Hocus Pocus show. Disney's going to try their hardest to get all of the festivities going because they don't have to worry about rescheduling or refunds or anything like that. So we were able to see everything, luckily. But that's super interesting that they reversed the parade direction. I wonder why they did that. That's very interesting. But yeah, all that to say, make sure you're checking the weather ahead of time. We were really sad because we got there around 4, and then I think around 6 is when it just started torrentially downpouring. It was thundering, lightning, and we didn't know if we were going to be able to see the parade and all of that stuff. So everything was just slightly delayed. It didn't go off right whenever the map said that it was going to, but everything did happen. So we were very happy about that. Oh, Mike, you only cry on the teacups. Yes, I love that. That is perfect. I love that. I know people are hit or miss with those teacups. All right. Let's see. Yes, the Morton Salt Girl costume is ideal for those rainy days. That is so cute. I love that. Let me know if you guys are going, if you have any costumes in mind. I have always wanted to make a Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas dress, like my own DIY one. Has it ever happened yet? No. But last year, I think, well, for Boo Bash, I did wear this shirt, or I wore a candy corn one that I have. And then last year, Mom and I were Happy Haunts. So we had, I made shirts that were hitchhiking ghost shirts, and we had a lot of fun doing that. So, and I love using the Cricut. So I got vinyl that was glow in the dark. So whenever we were in the Haunted Mansion or anywhere dark, our shirts glowed, which were really fun. Rain made Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom not as fun as I feel like they would have been, but they were still your two favorite Disney parks. Yes, sometimes the rain can definitely be a hit or miss sometimes. Sometimes it's nice because guests tend to leave the park, so wait times can be lower, but for those outdoor attractions that close down, it can be quite sad because you can't get the full feel of the parks. But usually at Disney or in Florida, usually it's either a shower that kind of comes and goes. If it is a whole day, rainy day, that is, of course, really sad. But so I totally get you there, an Obsessed Rangers fan. Oh, Deuce, coming in with some insight. They reverse the parade direction because that way they don't have to drive the floats all the way back to the start. There is a shelter behind the fire station. Interesting. I had no idea. So there you go. Thank you, Deuce. You suggest Janelle should dress as Neil. We'll have to tell her that and see what she thinks, Mike. I think she already has a ticket. I'm pretty certain she has a ticket. I'd have to check with her, though. All right. Another fun thing that they do during Halloween or during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is there are special Halloween twist attractions that you can take advantage of, which means there are different Halloween overlays for specific rides. Let me see on the map here just to make sure. So last year, the Teacups is one of these rides. The Space Mountain is also one. I don't know why it doesn't have. Oh, it's on here. The Pirates of the Caribbean is also another ride that gets a Halloween twist. They have live pirates that are in the line and also in the ride. The Mad Hatter Tea Party just gets some projections and some smoke effects, which is also cool. And Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor also gets a Halloween twist. And I think that's it. I think that's those 4 attractions. So I recommend whenever you're going at 4 p.m., if you're going right whenever the park opens or whenever you can get in for Mickey's Not So Scary, I recommend not doing any of these specific attractions because you might want to check them out later on during the party when they have the Halloween overlays. So that's why when we went, we did Jungle Cruise, Little Mermaid, and maybe People Mover or something like that during the little window that the party wasn't happening. Then when the party did start happening, we did Haunted Mansion, Pirates. I did Space Mountain. It is completely pitch black whenever you ride Space Mountain during the Halloween party, which is very different. I don't know that I loved it because it was quite dark, but all that to say, those are some things that you can do as far as rides whenever you go to Mickey's Not So Scary. I liked doing this also right when the party started. I found the wait times were a little bit lower. They do get a little bit busier throughout the party, and then towards the end of the party, sometimes the wait times go down. So make sure you have the My Disney Experience app downloaded. It'll tell you wait times on there too. So that way you can kind of maximize your time that way. Oh, she does on August 15th. Perfect. Okay. That's right. I couldn't remember what date it was. Oh, the rain was the reason you didn't get to ride Seven Doors Mine Train. Oh, gotcha. And a few more. Oh, sorry about that. You'll have to head back for sure. Yes, Deep Space Mountain is what it's called. It was neat, but I don't know if I'd do it again. It was very unsettling, but it was very fun. So you should try it out at least once. Grogu Attic, it lasts from August, select dates, not the whole time frame, but select dates from August 11th until November 1st. This year they have a November 1st date, which I thought was interesting. Danielle, going back to your comment, Laugh 4 was a treat line during my party and not running attractions. So I'm excited for the Halloween party overlay for this party. Yes, it is so fun. They have like different Halloween jokes and things like that. So we did it last year and we loved it. It was so cute. When I went for Boo Bash, that is when they also had it just as a trick or treat line. So I'm excited for you to check that out, Danielle. It'll be so fun. Oh, this is good, Mike. We'll be interested to see if they have any new lighting for Tron for the party. I wonder if they'll just have it be all orange or something like that. That will be very interesting to see. I know Tron-wise for the party, they are going to have another virtual queue for Tron. So if you're wanting to go to the party and ride Tron at Magic Kingdom, make sure that you are hopping in that virtual queue. I'm not sure details on it yet, how that's going to work out, but just know that there will be another virtual queue for it. Thank you, Mike, for all of these insights. All right, another thing that you can do, I think these are my last 2 tips. So if you have any other questions or thoughts, Mickey's Not So Scary or theme parks, Disney in general, feel free to put it in the chat. And of course, if you're just hopping in here, let me know if you are going to the party or if you have been before. And let me know what you're dressing up as. I'm very curious to hear what people's costumes are. But another thing that you can find at the party, I don't think they have photos from last year's, but sometimes they do have event-specific merch that you can purchase. It was a huge thing last year. They usually have spirit jerseys, ears. I think they have pins and mugs, your typical Disney souvenir type things. I wish that I got the ears last year. I did not pick those up, but it's going to be very busy right whenever the party officially starts. I would recommend shopping in the evening to let the lines die down so you can get to more party and festivity type things. But if you absolutely want the merch for the party, of course, you're going to want to check that out right whenever the party officially kicks off and they put the merch out. The only thing is, sometimes there can be quite long lines for this. So just know that going into it, how badly you really want the merch for the party. Last year, there didn't seem to be anything that sold out. I know sometimes things do. So that's just something you're going to have to decide personally if you really want to have the merch or if you want to go check out the party festivities. But for me personally, I always do the shopping and the kind of merch perusing in the evening to maximize time, not to wait in line. But the ears were really cute last year. I'm curious to see what things are going to look like this year. All right, Tron. Mike, surprising that, yes, I was very surprised that the actual Halloween date is the only sold out date, because I think last year there were more dates that were sold out, but that was also the first time that the party was reintroduced since the parks had closed down and since Boo Bash had happened. So I agree with you. I was surprised that more dates did not sell out, especially because what I'm confused about is like why there's so much hype around Oogie Boogie Bash, and Oogie Boogie Bash sells out instantly. I was waiting in the line for Oogie Boogie Bash all day and only got halfway through the virtual queue and then it was sold out. But Mickey's Not So Scary does not sell out. So I don't know if there are more tickets for it, more nights, if there's just more demand for Oogie Boogie Bash. So I don't know. Good thought, Mike, and I'm not sure why that's the only date that's sold out so far. Dupes are saying there's much merch that was left last year. They may reduce the merch this year, which is a very good point too, Dupes, because I know last year they had a ton of stuff. Like I think there was a whole thing, like the first 2 nights, I don't think they had the ears yet, maybe. And then a couple of nights later, they had the ears. So we'll just have to see what they come out with this year and how much they come out with. Thank you. Let me know. I will be interested to see what the ears look like for this year. And it will probably depend on if I actually get a ticket or not. So if I don't get a ticket for this year, I probably won't want the ears, but I will certainly keep you posted. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Dupes. Do all the parks get Halloweenified? It's really just Magic Kingdom, and then Disney Springs also gets some Halloween stuff, I believe. I think it's Halloween, or Disney Springs does too. I don't know that really many other parks do that I remember. I know everyone gets Christmas decorations, but I don't think everybody gets Halloween stuff. Let me know if you guys remember. Sometimes I forget these things, but I think it's just Magic Kingdom and Disney Springs that really get the Halloween stuff. But that is a good question. Still on hold for Oogie Boogie Bash. Yes, the whole Oogie Boogie Bash was just crazy. So if I decide to go next year, I am going to be more on top of things. I did not expect for it to be the whirlwind of an adventure that it was this year trying to get a ticket, but next year I'm going to have to be more on the ball. So yeah, Mike, it was a crazy experience. Doofs have some insight. More tickets, and Florida has less restrictions than California still has on its population for being social, for big social gatherings. Gotcha. Makes sense, Doofs. That makes sense. Yeah, and I wonder, like, the parks, like if California Adventure is smaller than Magic Kingdom. I don't know. I've never looked up the actual sizing of the parks. Magic Kingdom gets Halloween and Disney Springs. Okay, gotcha. Thank you guys. And thank you, Tia. Thanks for being here, Tia. Thank you guys for that. I didn't think the other parks did, but always good to double check. Okay, the last tip and thing to know before going to Mickey's Not So Scary, if you have the PhotoPass system purchased for your trip, or if you are an annual pass holder, make sure that you are stopping at those PhotoPass spots because they have really fun magic shots throughout the park. So we did this last year. I love the magic shots in general, so I always stop for a PhotoPass photographer if there isn't a line. But last year, we especially wanted to stop for the Hitchhiking Ghost one since we had a Haunted Mansion look going in costume that we had. So make sure you're stopping for these. They have Headless Horseman ones, the Hitchhiking Ghosts. You're holding like a flaming pumpkin in one. There's one in front of the castle that has Oogie Boogie in a moon, which is really fun. So if you are wanting some memories or some photos from your trip down to Mickey's Not So Scary, make sure you're stopping for those PhotoPass spots because they are so fun. And I recommend doing those. Even if you don't have the PhotoPass system purchased, you can, of course, take the photos, and then I think you can purchase them either individually or you can purchase them after your trip. So all something to think about and kind of see based on that if you want the photos or not. But always recommend that because I love seeing what kind of magic shots they're going to end up putting in there. Thank you, Mike. So Magic Kingdom is about 35 acres larger than DCA. Okay, gotcha. So that could also be it. Maybe Magic Kingdom during Mickey's Not So Scary gets more tickets. That's what I was kind of thinking, but I wasn't completely sure. So thank you, Mike, for that. That makes sense. Yes, tips. Or find a friend that has PhotoPass and link them for free PhotoPass. So yeah, if you know anyone or if you know another annual pass holder that has the PhotoPass system or somebody that has it, you can of course do it that way. So good point, Doofs. All right. So with that, we are going to end our stream here, or at least those are my final thoughts about Mickey's Not So Scary. I love Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. It is one of the only after hour or like Disney parties that I have been to. Have not been to the Christmas party yet, but just the vibes of the party, the different festivities they have, the fireworks are so cool, and the Boo to You parade is amazing. I just love that song, and I love all the characters that they have in it. So if you are going this year, I'm very excited for you. Let us know if you're going and if you have any other thoughts. Very excited to see how your guys' trip pans out and what you guys end up doing there. I do have another tip video as far as Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party goes, and I will pin that in the pinned comments below after the stream here. So if you want to check that out. And of course, I do have a ton of shorts from last year on the party. So if you want to go in the search bar and just type in Mickey's Not So Scary, Megan Moves, I'm sure some videos will pop up. Or if you have any other questions or things about videos that you'd like me to make, I'm of course open to doing that or sharing some links with you if you guys have any other questions or any other content that you would like to see. So I will reiterate, if you want to chat throughout the week, I would love for you guys to hop over on Discord or on Instagram. I love getting in the DMs with everyone and just seeing what you guys are doing throughout the week and checking in on you guys. But of course, feel free to keep commenting on videos too, and we can chat that way. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, Doofs. I really appreciate the support. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate all of your insight this live stream. An Obsessed Rangers fan. Wish you could go too. But your home park has a Halloween theme too, which is really fun. I also forgot to mention to you guys the reason. So if you remember, if you were here last week, we were supposed to do a Disney 100 at Disney World stream, but we had to switch the schedule because next week we will actually be in a theme park, and we will hopefully, pending how the service is, we will be doing a live stream from a theme park. We're visiting 2 theme parks next week. So the first one, I'm sure you can guess which park it is. They're both in Pennsylvania, but the next one we have not been to before. This is the first time we're going to Hershey Park. Okay, well, I just gave the one away. This is the first time we're going to another park. So we are headed back over to Hershey Park next week, but we've got another park that we're going to next week that I'm excited to check out. We're going to be meeting up with our friend Janelle from Disney Parks with Love. And that is why we did the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party stream tonight, because next week I'm excited to bring you guys in the park with me. So we're going to be most likely at Hershey Park next week. So an Obsessed Rangers fan, you're the one that kind of sparked that in me. That is one of our kind of hometown parks. Oh yeah, and Grogu Attic, what are we doing for next stream? May not be here. You'll be at Magic Kingdom. So I hope you have an awesome time during your visit. And of course, you can check out the replay if you want, but let me know how your trip goes. I am so eager to hear how it goes for sure. And Mike, yes, Food and Wine starts tomorrow, which is crazy. So if you're going to Epcot anytime soon, or if you're going tomorrow, let me know what you think of the Food and Wine Festival. And I'm so eager to get down there to check it out. We have got our Remy bag ready to go. And I did kind of update the background for you guys tonight. I did bring out Minnie to make it a little bit more festive. So thank you, Stephanie, for being here. I'm glad you guys enjoyed tonight. And yes, so eager to see you guys next week. And thank you so much for chatting tonight. If you are new here and you hopped in late, we do this live stream every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So we would love to see you next week at Hershey Park or in future live streams. So thank you guys so much for being here. I enjoyed chatting tonight, and have a blast at Mickey's Not So Scary if you guys decide to go. All right, we'll see you guys. Have a great night.